welcome. I'm Curtis Armstrong from King of the Nerds, coming to you live from Hollywood with the new season Q&A of Season 2 premiere. I want to introduce to you from theStreamtv our nerds from the new season. And here they are. Brian. Chris.
Yes.
How's it going? Jack. Yeah. Kayla. Kelsey. Come on in. Mary Kate. Nicole. Xander.
Yeah.
And Zach. All right, now we are going to be doing this live. We're going to be taking your questions on Twitter as it happens. All right, now I guess we go to our first question.
Yes.
Is going to be, what kind of challenges did you think that you would face coming into the games? Who wants to take that one?
Oh, I'll take it.
All right, Mary Kate's taking it.
One of the challenge I thought would be very interesting would be a rocket challenge. Holler at me, girl, you know? Woo, rockets. So that was one that I definitely was very curious whether we'd have a rocket challenge.
All right. What about you, Jack?
Well, I wanted a card game challenge really badly, actually.
What kind of card game?
Well, any card game, really, but hey. But yeah.
All right. All right. Well, okay.
Got one, yeah.
Well, I mean, I just wanted to mention, when you're thinking about what kind of challenges are going on, you have to think about what's good for TV. And so the things that I would love, like say, like writing bibliography challenge, doing some kind of, like, finding citations is hard, guys. But that was probably not going to happen. But, man, they outdid themselves. I'll just say that.
Kelsey?
Which question? Are we still on this question? Or do
Believe it or not, we're still on that.
We're still on this question?
Yeah, but you're the
Okay,
last
okay,
one.
fine, since I'm here anyway. Yeah, I somehow came out here. I don't know why, but...
Well, you're part of the... That's right.
Of course, yeah, I love you guys. I was actually something, I guess, literacy-based. I don't know, something to do with books, whether fantasy, sci-fi, that sort of thing. I felt like a lot of the challenges are very math and science-oriented. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but, you know, it would have been nice to see something about those kids who used to sit in the library all day long, and those kids who used to take a book home and spend all weekend reading except for breaks to eat. I was hoping something like that.
Okay. Well, that's reasonable. All right. We've got another question. What was your first reaction to the inside and outside of Nerdvana? Oh. Nicole, it looks like you'd like to take that one.
Nicole, here.
Where's my... Oh, my God.
Okay.
Well, I probably speak for all Whovians, both here and out there.
Yes.
There was a Radio Shack TARDIS. I'm totally not excited whatsoever. It was so cool to see everything. So, oh my God.
Okay.
Right.
Well, that's good. Zach, you wanted to answer that too.
Yes. My first reaction was just like swords. There were so many swords everywhere, and it was amazing. And I really, really like swords. And there were Frostmourne, like the Buster Sword thing, and there were swords. And I was very, very, very happy.
That's wonderful. Do you like swords?
I definitely do like swords. And, you know, that's actually a meme. You can answer, welcome to Corneria now.
Okay.
I like swords. We go back and forth forever.
All right. Well, that's fine. That's good.
It's relevant.
It answers the question.
It does.
All right. Xander. Yes. You look like you're dressed like an Alderanian noble or a Disney prince. What are you dressed as?
Well, if I'm from Alderaan, first off, my poor planet. Spoilers. Too soon, too soon.
J.J. Abrams made
Oh, geez. Yes, but a few of us are dressed up like our avatars that were drawn for King of the Nerds. So mine is a Super Sentai outfit with like the Japan kind of sash thing. If you look at our caricatures, especially Kelsey or Chris or everybody over there, yeah. And Jack, that's why I saw on the thing that why is Jack not wearing shoes? It's because it's what he has in his caricature.
I didn't even get that.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to the next question. Who did you all see as more of a threat when you first came to Nerdvana? Number.
Absolutely, the people who were the biggest threats were Bobby and Curtis. They're the ones throwing these curveballs at us, and you'll see.
We are your
I'm sorry.
You guys were dangerous.
I'll take it. Right off the bat, for me, it was on my team, Chris, just because we have a lot in common, the Star Trek and the science and background and the engineering, and then Jack, because Jack has an insane brain with stats.
But yeah, no, like I guess like we did do the we did actually do the statistical analysis of like we ranked everybody. Yeah, we ranked everybody, and
were they on the top? Nicole.
Actually, yeah, well, we actually not necessarily on the top, but we felt that the Titans of Rigel would have lost the most by losing you. Not necessarily you were at the top, but we felt I think Katie was at the top. I think, yeah. But yeah, it was different. It was the difference between the best player and the most valuable player. We thought you were the MVP.
All right. That's a compliment.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Who else? Anyone else want to take that?
Oh, can I go?
Yes, Chris.
We've got a mic back here. For me, it was all the other engineers that were there, because you have two rocket scientists, and I'm just like, I work on airplanes. I don't work on rockets. They can own me in any day of the week.
It's not rocket science, Chris.
And then there was Katie, and she's like a puppet master, an electrician. You're like, oh my goodness. I gotta have at least two of them on my team, and that's what I did, so I wouldn't have to face them. Well, yeah.
I'm an engineer too.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jack.
All right. Next question. If you could sum up your experience in one word, what would it be? Everybody's going to think that one over.
No, that's a hard one.
There really is only one word for the experience, but you have to say it right. So I can try, but I don't know. Just
epic. Oh, yes. I approve. An excellent way of putting it.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, Dynasty Warriors? Is there a Dynasty Warriors question? Come on.
Okay, now everybody's.
Dynasty Warriors
hey,
question.
don't get ahead of us here. Okay, everybody, one word. What was the experience, Jack?
All I can think of is Dynasty Warriors. So like,
technically that's two words, but all right, Nicole.
A dream.
A dream. Also two words, but a good one.
Adventure.
Adventure. I got it. Good.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. You said epic already.
Hodor.
I guess since Nicole said dream, I say nightmare.
Oh.
No, actually, I would say what I said earlier, Sugoi, which can be translated as great, amazing, awesome, spectacular, fantastic, or all the above.
Excellent.
I would say it was awesomeness.
Awesomeness.
That is one word.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so hard, that question, but I think I would say experience. It was an
Okay,
experience.
that's good.
Okay, it was.
No, it was. It's all right. Okay, next question. Do any one of you like Dynasty Warriors? If so, who is your favorite character?
all right, so yeah, I'm a huge Dynasty Warriors fan, and yeah, I know. I even read the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, so
No way.
yeah. So yeah, my favorite character in Dynasty Warriors and Romance of the Three Kingdoms is Zhou Yu, because like he was Zhuge Liang's like rival, and like he just couldn't beat him. Like it was always half a step ahead. Like, and Zhuge Liang was always half a step ahead. So I kind of realized that's like one of those things I realized, like there's always going to be someone better than you, and you got to just suck up to it, you know. That's why I like him.
Anybody else? No Dynasty Warrior fans other than Jack?
Leave that one to Jack.
Dynasty Warriors, come on.
He handled that pretty well, actually. I wouldn't even say anything if I were. Okay, next question. Who has the strongest eyeglass prescription?
Okay, I'll take this one because we actually, like the first night at Nerdvana when we were in our room, we actually had a contest to figure that out, and it was a very, very close match between myself and Chris, and we think Chris won because he had a higher stigmatism.
Yeah, I'm almost blind, so it was definitely me, I think.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Probably the first time.
It's the first time that meant that you won something because you have bad eyesight. So there you are.
That's the first challenge. Oops.
Okay. Now, next question. Did any of you guys ever do any eating or drinking challenges in Nerdvana? Now,
Jack.
Not me.
Jack, you know you did.
Yeah, I did an eating and drinking challenge. Not necessarily, it wasn't necessarily official, but yeah, I like fruit, so it's one of those things. And some people can be very mean to me. Yeah.
How do you like sweet potatoes?
Oh, I love sweet potatoes. Yeah. I did research in sweet potatoes, so it's one of those big. It's one of those
you
things.
did research in sweet potatoes?
Yeah, I did. When I was in Peru and did research in sweet potatoes, we learned how we were studying sweet potato pathogens and how viruses affect sweet potatoes, and we actually made we made some computational scripts to analyze that. So yeah, it was pretty. It was a pretty.
So this is mainly an eating challenge that you did, not a drinking challenge.
Yeah, eating challenge, but I mean, I think what
about the bowl?
drinking.
Sorry, got me these shots.
Drinking challenge?
Mary Kate?
I am a classy lady who enjoys to drink her her scotch and her beer. There were no challenges because I am a classy lady. And no one could rise to meet the challenge of this classy lady.
Wait, Xander, you want to add to that? No.
I'm not touching it.
See, the funny thing is, of course, the last years, there were a number of drink-related challenges. More than almost you would believe.
I could probably...
This year, there was almost nothing.
There's a large portion of us that actually don't drink alcohol at all.
That's true. That's true.
Or when we do,
I will.
Yes, that's right. You had a hard time with the drinking, didn't you?
Yeah, that was. Wow.
I can't say. I could be anyone here on any kind of soda drinking competition ever. Yes, you know that. Yeah, you guys have. Some of you have seen it. Some of you will hopefully see it in the future.
Okay. Brian is the guy most likely to win a sideburns off.
I have something to say about that.
Any thoughts? Starting with Brian.
Well, I'm honored I'm honored that people think this of me. I'm proud of my facial hair. I don't know how to respond besides to give credit to the great Civil War general Ambrose Burnside, who coined the term, or after it's a bit of an eponym. It's after Ambrose Burnside that the sideburn is called the sideburn. And of course, in the 19th century, people did things like this, and you know, it's gosh, the last president we had with any facial hair, I think was I think it was Taft.
So sad. So sad.
Yeah, it's very sad.
All right.
MK?
MK has something to add to that.
I'd like to say that I am a beard connoisseur. I do quite love a man with a nicely crafted facial hair. Face. I don't know. Words fail me whenever I talk about beards sometimes. If I had to choose anyone in the house who had the best facial hair at all times, it would be probably Brian.
Well, what about Curtis's facial hair?
Well,
I'm sorry, Curtis.
I can't even begin to compare to that.
That takes a lot of.
I mean, the thing about Brian's is it actually goes all over. You see it all the way down to the toes. It is still going.
That's what was going on at night.
Well, that's the way it goes. All right. How is the food in the house? Let's talk about the food. What do you guys think of the food?
So here's the thing. When I was in high school, for the majority of it, I was the fat kid in high school because I was sitting on my couch playing video games, reading books, and eating junk. And then I started playing a game called Dance Dance Revolution. And I got up off the couch, started losing weight, and I started really, watching what I ate. Get into Nerdvana, and they're like, they're nerds. Let's give them cheeseburgers and pizza. Who cares if they blowed up while they're on camera on TV?
Over and over again.
Yeah. So that's what I have to say about that.
All right. Wait a minute. Hold on. Zach's got one. What do you think about the food?
Well, the food, I loved the food. I mean, but that's besides the point. It was the candy. There's jars of candy in Nirvana, basically every kind of candy you can possibly imagine. I just kept eating candy. It's amazing. And it's so good. And that's what really matters is the sugar. Forget the food.
All right.
We have 2 words.
Green caffeine.
But yeah, it's
Would you like to explain the meaning of green coffee?
yes. I'd say out of everyone within Nerdvana, Kayla and I are what you'd call the Mountain Dew connoisseurs.
Any flavor.
Every flavor, every meal, there was green coffee. But we called it.
But you couldn't call it that.
We
right?
couldn't call it Mountain Dew, so it stuck to, well, in Kayla's case, green caffeine, in my case, green coffee.
Okay.
It was addicting. But I mean, in terms of the food, I'm probably one of the more pickier eaters here. And I was definitely glad for the variety.
Yeah.
Because there were some times where I'd go, oh, I don't like all of that, but I really like that, so I'm going to eat that. So
Just eat that.
So
yeah.
you did all right.
I did okay. I didn't starve.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Two other words about the food, but they're not my words.
Thank you. Thank you, Bacon. That's great. Okay. So now. Oh, Kelsey has another one?
Not yet. No.
Not yet? You sure?
Next question.
Next question. Okay. Who would you most like to play cosplay? Kelsey.
At the moment, I've been doing a lot of video game walkthroughs, and there's 2 games that have caught my eye, Muramasa and Odin Sphere. And they're just both amazing games. They have a lot of cool character designs and costumes, so I'd like to do a character from either one. I would love to do Hime from Muramasa. That would be a very complex costume, but it'd be really fun. So either of those games.
I've got 3. Now, most of my costumes I actually end up cosplaying as guys for some strange reason, but one of my favorite comic book characters would be Ozymandias from the comic graphic novel Watchmen. Oh, yeah. So that would be number 1. Number 2 would definitely be, like Xander, I'm a Super Sentai fan, excuse me. Sentai fan. Can't even talk. But I would have to do one of my favorite Rangers, which is Magishine from Maho Sentai Magiranger. Yes. And third one would have to be Legend of Dragoon, Shirley. One of the more obscure ones. Wow. But that's all I got.
I have an answer to this.
Okay.
Oh,
Here, I'll go. Okay. So,
Yeah.
I do a few different things like Batgirl and Janeway and Kaylee, but my ultimate one, the one that I've always wanted to do, is a Klingon warrior. I love Trek. Klingons are my favorite. And I want to do a full leather, real metal bat'leth Klingon warrior, and that's kind of the one I'm working up to right now.
All right. Both of you calm down.
Yes, sir.
For me, at a bunch of the conventions that I've gone to, there's been like this revolution of like sexy versions of Pokemon, especially like guys that are just like shirtless with tiny shorts on and then a tail. And if I could look like that, I would wear those costumes. So that's my dream cosplay.
I wish Josh were here.
I know. Well, soon.
I know.
maybe.
We may hear from Josh.
Uh-huh.
All right. Mary Kate?
I'm really big into cosplay. I do a lot of things like superhero, comic book related. I love my superhero costuming forum. We do a lot of really awesome shoots. And so my list for dream cosplay is never ending. I am constantly putting new things.
Do you have like a document or something where you keep
Oh, I do. There is a document. There is a document where I have pictures and references and fabrics as I find them. So there's not a really one answer for that question. So that's all I got to say about that.
Whenever she cosplays, she's going to be amazing.
Oh, thank you, Kelsey.
So, Chris, no comment here on the cosplay?
What's your cosplay, Chris?
I don't cosplay.
Oh.
Come on now, guys. Come on now. I'm sorry. I don't cosplay. We're gonna leave it at that.
Okay. All right. Zach?
Yeah, I actually don't cosplay a lot, but one that now I'm really tempted to try to do the cool avatar, the armor for my character in that is based off of a Doom Knight out of the Adventure Quest games, Adventure Quest Worlds, and now I'm really tempted to try to like make it. So I want to try to like make that thing because like it was really cool looking and really impressive. I didn't have time to make it to get here because I'm not exactly an armor smith and my smithing skills are a little bit low. But someday I want to be a Doom Knight from Adventure Quest Worlds.
Okay. Anyone else?
Who would you cosplay as?
Probably something in a dress.
Oh,
The scandal.
well, it's out now. No, I'm not actually. I actually tend to fall more into Chris's department. I'm not a big I'm not a big cosplayer.
But you make a hot nerd in a dress.
I do dress well in women's clothes. That's been pretty well established, but you know that's often stuff I just do, you know, for streetwear, as opposed to actual official cosplay. Right. I should probably stop now. Next question is for Curtis. How do you think season 1 and season 2 nerds differ?
Remember, we did pay you off a grand.
Sorry?
Paid you off a grand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
We know where he lives.
that's an interesting question. Nerds differed on both seasons, actually, but I think that it's hard to generalize the two seasons because we have such a wide range of people and such a wide range of interests that it's very hard to say that one group was, you know, in some way, you know, qualitatively different than the other group. So I can't really answer it that way. I can only say that the casting of this show is so important, and we have been incredibly lucky in both seasons to have gotten the nerds we've gotten. They're incredibly smart, and the energy and the chemistry in that house in both seasons was remarkable. And so I can't really say one over the other because that would be ridiculous because
It's obviously us.
we have both season nerds here. So I wouldn't say that. So moving on. Is this for, I'm not sure who this is for.
Maybe all of us.
Okay, so the question is, who would play you in the movie?
Oh, I have it.
From season 1.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Mojige.
Actually, for me, when we went in to shoot the promos, they asked me this question, and I said that I love Jim Carrey, and I think that Jim Carrey would be so much fun to have him play me in my biography. But then they asked me to do an impression of Jim Carrey doing me, and so that's what my bio video opens with, is me doing a Jim Carrey impression of myself. So I just wanted to clear the air. That's what happened.
Jim Carrey.
Jim
Zach,
Carrey.
who do you want to have play you in the movie?
To be totally honest, I don't think I even like know enough actors to even answer that question because I don't pay attention to that as much. I mean, Zachary Quinto would be cool.
Okay,
That could work. He could pull it off. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay, I guess honestly, there's no one in Hollywood that would ever fit the box that is Kayla. So there would not be anyone out there that could fit my mold because I am the only one that fits that mold.
All right.
Ooh, Kate Mulgrew would be nice. Yeah. Okay, maybe I recant my previous statement. She's so.
I don't really know. I'd have to find the soulless fellow ginger with the most secrets. I don't know who that would be, but they would have to be a crazy ginger, preferably left-handed, lefty's holler, and yeah, a lot of secrets. Ooh. Considering I love it, yes. Please, please. Play me.
Okay, Jack.
All right. Yeah, there's not really that many like Asian male actors in Hollywood, so my choices are kind of limited. But let's see.
Don't let it limit you. Just pick an actor.
All right. Well, no, I like Ken Jeong from like Community and The Hangover. So I mean, he is awesome and he's hilarious, and he's also a doctor, which is what I try to be too. So yeah, so good. Seems like a solid choice.
There is only one person who could ever embody me, and that is David Bowie. He completely embodies all of this fabulous glitter, self, this attitude, and sass. So I think David Bowie, long hair, don't care all day, and I think David Bowie embodies that completely. Christopher?
Oh, thank you, Mary Kate. You're welcome. For me, I thought long and hard about this. And I would have to choose, to play me in a movie, I would love if Curtis Armstrong could play me.
Thank you.
Okay. First of all, it would not be a movie, it would be an anime. And Aya Hirano, who does the voice of Konata and Lucky Star, would be my voice actress, my seiyuu. Find me, please look me up so we can hang out.
Well, in the spirit of being completely open to various interpretations of myself, I'm very much an Anglophile and an old manophile. So that would Stephen Fry.
Nice.
Great choice.
Yes.
Great choice. We love him. All right. All right. I don't know about this. This sounds like this. I mean, this question. This question looks like. I don't know what the hell it is. It looks like
wonderful language.
Okay, Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle.
I need you.
Yeah. Woo. Come on. All right, so yeah, I'm definitely a Bulbasaur fan because like Bulbasaur is. I guess I like grass types a lot, and yeah, and also like I feel like I have a like unhealthy obsession with Leech Seed. So yeah, any Pokemon that knows Leech Seed is just like on top of my list, just because it is such a good move, really. I mean, and Bulbasaur learns it at level 7 in the Generation 1 game. So yeah, can't beat that. There is no other Pokemon.
I'm a Squirtle girl. Squirtle was always my starting Pokemon, but I'd always put Squirtle on the side for Magmar. I think I'm the only person on the planet that loves Magmar. Maybe because he can learn Thunder Punch and it's fantastic against water Pokemon. But yeah,
I feel like I am having a stroke. That's how much sense this makes to me. All right.
How about Frecklor and Martok? Because I don't know. Pokemon? Let's talk Klingons.
That was not the question.
That was my answer. I don't know.
Okay, that's good. Zach?
Well, I actually love Pokemon, and I definitely want to be the very best at it. And I play it on a pretty hardcore level. Right now, I am actually running a team that has a Rapid Spin Squirtle and also a Mega Charizard. Mega Charizard Y, at least. But I like both of them, I suppose. But definitely Squirtle is like my favorite Pokemon. I mean, I really I'm using both of them in my hardcore team right now. But they're both so adorable.
Yeah.
I love Pokemon so much.
Xander?
I have to join the Squirtle squad because he's my favorite Pokemon, and I even played a game recently of Red again, just for the nostalgia. And I had Squirtle go all the way through, and I never let him evolve. I just mashed B, and I was like, no, you don't. No, he stays a Squirtle.
Yes, that is right. Oh God. You have no idea what's going on, do you?
I'm not a huge Pokemon person, but one thing that you may learn about me is that I have this lovely little fellow here named Chai, and he's a turtle. He transmits things through me in some bizarre mishmash of Japanese and English and French and German and. と僕は一番可愛い亀だからスクワトル。
We love you, Chai.
That was beautiful.
Chai's amazing.
Chai is amazing.
Kelsey?
私も好きです. I also like water a lot. I feel like, with water, for me, I felt like water was kind of a good balance between grass and fire. And like there's just so many moves. Like you can teach water Pokemon. At one point, you could teach it a water, an ice, a dark move. Definitely really does help when you're battling, especially against the Elite Four or any of the higher trainers.
Okay. I know. You want to just pass it along?
Just gracias.
Okay, so I don't think that my fire types have gotten enough love, and I always start with Charmander. I don't care. I don't care how much hate I'm gonna get for it. I will stand by it because that's what I love me some Charmander. I do. I remember him as a child. That's who I started with. I love me some fire types because I think they kind of encapture my fiery personality.
All right. That sounds great. Okay. All right, next question, and this is for everybody. So we're going to start down here, okay? What kind of challenge was the hardest for you?
Okay.
Maybe
like in the house.
I guess that's what it means.
Like
Yeah.
Going into it.
Yeah.
What kind of challenge was the hardest for you going in?
Broad
Yeah.
category.
Right. I think for me, the hardest challenge would be to like evaluate each person as like what they are, like to categorize each person and to figure out what they can do for me. Like, you are a rocket scientist. How can that help me? How would I want them on their team? And to make these people who are now my friends into these flat subjects was really hard, I think.
I guess on the flip side, I guess the opposite of that, one of the challenges for me is that, I'm a writer, a sci-fi fantasy writer, and I think of people sometimes as characters. And one of the problems for me is to take people from these flat character concepts and like, okay, I can understand you as a character, and transfer that to a three-dimensional human being who doesn't always act like the character. So I guess that's one of the challenges for me on the social level, which was the hardest part for me. I'm a pretty introverted human being a lot of the time, so the social side was hard.
Okay.
Okay, so I think the hardest challenge for me going in. What was that? What was that?
About Star Trek.
Yeah, not talking about Star Trek. That's hard. That's almost impossible. I can't go more than like 5 minutes about talking about hockey. Or I mean, hockey, Star Trek. It's all the same.
Get
Okay.
your fandoms together.
No.
For me, it was knowing that we have such a wide variety of not only nerd favorites here, but also personalities. And for me, it's how do I not overreact? How do I not take things too personally? And how do we make this work as a team to do it perfectly? And so for me, it was just letting things roll off. That would be my challenge going in from day one.
Well, for me, I think I get to take over Celeste's job as deathly afraid of like performing and public speaking and everything. Kind of shaking right now, to be honest, but I have such a fear of just presenting in front of people and just I like put me on a roller rink, put me on an ice rink, no problem, but make me perform, make me act, make me say stuff in front of people. I'm terrified, and it sucks when you have to present your research all the time in front of a lot of people. And I've cried before presenting things. I'm deathly afraid of it. So, Celeste, I feel you. I hate it.
You're doing a good job, though.
I hide it well. It's the soulless part.
All right, like I guess to counter Kayla, having not watched Star Trek, it's really hard to get into a conversation with Kayla sometimes because I don't have the Star Trek experience. But, I guess the more broad area it would be I guess like the big thing is like trying to decide like if you're gonna play, I guess like if you're like here like is to like decide whether you're gonna try to win or just like make friends and be nice, and that's a really hard thing because like I mean we all want to be friends and everyone's great and I really do enjoy every one of you, but the problem is that like we are also like fighting for cash too and like a title and screen time, I guess, too. So like it's difficult to balance that, you know. That was challenging for me.
I suppose my biggest concern was probably that Scary Mary kept in check and Mama Kate shone through.
Could you be more specific?
my rocket design team has knows me as two different people. And one is Mama Kate, the loving and caring and nurturing one. And then Scary Mary is who shows up whenever their parts are not turned in on time.
Got it. Got it.
I think it was just sounding like an idiot in front of a bunch of nerds. And I do that a lot, apparently. I just don't know the words, and I'm just like, what are you guys talking about? What is this all about? Pokemon? What's going on, guys? And so that's the biggest challenge for me, is being scared of other people thinking that I'm an idiot.
I think for me, probably the hardest thing, I think because we had such a diverse group, how do I define strong and how do I define weak? That was a big challenge.
There were definitely things, and even right now, like some of us have all of us have these really niche interests sometimes, and a lot of them overlap, and some of them don't, or at least don't with me. And so, similar to what other people have said, I mean, to be able to sort of smile and nod and not look like a fool, to not, you're like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's science and anime, and I've watched that once.
Okay. All right. Well, now there are a lot of us here, but I note that there are a couple missing. Where is Katie?
Who wants to?
Where's Katie?
Katie.
Yay! How are you, Katie?
I'm great. I just finished watching the premiere in my robotics lab with my friends, and it was fantastic. I'm super excited.
How did we do?
I think we did pretty well.
Excellent. I think we've got a question for you right now, if you'd like to answer it.
Sure.
What is the one nerdum that you would like to see, Katie, represented if there is a season 3?
That's interesting. I mean, I'd like to see more of my hardcore puppet brethren come on, because like in the puppetry community, there is such a thing as the puppetry community, and people are like so hardcore and so amazing, and I feel bad being the one person who's up here representing that nerddom. So I think I'd like to see more of my puppet people up here next year.
Well, Katie, since we've got you, I want to ask you one of the questions that we asked everyone else. What was your biggest challenge coming into Nerdvana?
I was terrified that everyone else was going to be like scary.
Oh my God, me too.
I before I met everyone, I just had this picture in my mind of these like really intimidating hardcore like gamers who like were going to be all serious and like not want to be friends at all, and that's the exact opposite of what we got, because we still obviously get along really great. But I was terrified that was what was going to happen.
Okay. Well, now someone has asked, what is your favorite puppet of any you've ever made?
I gotta say, the first thing I ever actually got to help build was Bernice the giant squid for the Addams Family on Broadway. I was an intern. I just got to do some assembly line type work on it, but it was this 20-foot articulated squid tentacle, and there were like a dozen of them that just kind of flailed through the air, and it was really, really awesome looking. And I got to work on the internal structure of it like on my first day on the job, and that was like the coolest thing I've ever worked on.
That's excellent. Okay. We're going on to another question right now.
Sure, yeah.
This is to the women here. Are any of you single?
Who asked that?
I did not ask that. Oh. I think I know who may have asked that. I think we may be seeing him shortly. All right. Nicole?
Well, I'm married, sorry. I've found another soulless nerd ginger of my own.
All right.
The Weasleys.
Yeah, actually, I've never even had a boyfriend or been on a date, so yeah, I'm completely single.
All right. Kelsey?
For you, no, I'm not single.
Oh.
No. No. Actually, I mean, there may be someone in my life. There may not be someone in my life. He may be here. He may be there. He may be everywhere. He may be eternal. He may be up in a fantasy world somewhere. He may be in a book. He may be in a movie. That's right, a movie. Who knows?
I see. So you're not going to get any more specific than that.
No, secret.
Okay. All right. MK?
I'm in a very committed relationship with Lady Academia. She's a harsh and cruel mistress. Oh, yeah. And so that's all I got to say about that.
All right. Katie, what about you?
Similar to MK, I'd say that my most committed relationship right now is to my research. So my robot Herb and I, we spend a lot of time together.
Hodor.
Hodor.
All right. Next question. What animal do you think your Patronus spell would be?
Ooh.
I got one.
All right. Let's do you first.
Okay. Yeah, for me, definitely a dog, because I love dogs and I love that sense of loyalty and that happiness, and I think I
Right.
have that outlook.
Okay. MK?
Just like in the Society for Creative Anachronism, my device is a fox because it's cunning and on the field of battle.
Okay.
A mongoose, I guess? I don't know. Maybe?
Mongoose, good answer.
Mm-hmm. I have some cobras to kill.
Yes?
Oh yeah, actually my Twitter handle has snake in it, but actually it wouldn't be a snake. Sorry, Kelsey. I would definitely say ostrich. Because
Ostrich.
I think they're just more useful than a lot of people give it. Yeah, they run pretty fast and they are very strong, and no one gives them credit. Everyone is just incredulous about that, about the entire concept of an ostrich. So so that's why I feel like an ostrich is for me.
In certain movies, they can fly.
Oh yeah,
That's true. Katie, what about you?
Maybe an octopus.
That is so you.
Because they have these amazing manipulation skills, and they can squish through. Have you ever seen an octopus fit through a tiny tube that you're like, that can't fit through there, and then it does. And the camouflage thing.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else? No?
Can I ask this one quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I think I'm not sure if it like counts, but I think it would have to be a Moglin, because this little guy has been like my guardian spirit. I carry him around everywhere with me because I love Twilly. So it would definitely be a Moglin.
A Moglin.
A Moglin. They're from Adventure Quest.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Nicole.
I'm torn. Probably between a dragon, because I just absolutely love them, and a mallard duck. Because mallard ducks are the cutest birds ever. I love them to death.
Mallard ducks.
I love them, and they're so cute.
All right.
But wait. Oh, can I say duck rape?
I was thinking that. I wasn't thinking it was a good thing. I was just thinking that was.
That's what comes to mind when people talk about ducks. 'Cause ducks are
Yeah, but
sick.
you know what, though? Those are just bad ducks.
You and I have words. We have words now.
Okay, I'm sorry. Boy, am I in trouble. All right. Nicole, how would you like another question? Did you regret telling people you were a chemist after you realized you weren't kicked off?
Secrets.
Yeah, as Chris says, I'm like the secret master. I knew I needed to tell somebody, because without it, I'm just kind of not much of anything. So I know I had to tell someone, but do I regret it? Not really, because it was part of my grandmaster plan. But
Right.
I had a bit of a scare, though.
What was that?
That you told me I was going home.
Oh, yeah. Well, that wasn't. Sorry about that.
I freaked out
Actually, I'm
about
not
that.
sorry about it. It's just the way that we do things here. But I tried. Okay. Here we got another one. If you could have any fictional character as a companion in the TARDIS, who would it be and why?
Captain Catherine Janeway, because she is just the bomb diggity, and I absolutely love her and adore her. And forget the TARDIS. Let's just have the SS Voyager.
Okay. Chris, what about you?
Any fictional character? Any fictional character as a companion? I have to think about this one. If
All right, we'll think about it. Katie, what about you?
I don't have a ready answer for that either. Can it be played by Bill Murray though?
Great answer. I'll accept that just the way it is. That's a great answer.
Yeah, I would pick. I would pick Sokka from The Last Airbender because he's so funny, and I think it would be great to have as a companion.
Excellent. Okay, Kelsey.
I have to give the cheesy answer of any one of you. Someone has to say it.
We're not fictional.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
Fictional
No.
world.
All right. Okay. Oh gosh, we have to say goodbye to Katie. Katie.
Bye, Katie.
Thank you for coming here, Katie.
Don't get eaten by a robot.
Yes. Papa beautiful Katie.
I think we have somebody else lined up that might be ready.
We have someone else?
Maybe.
Could there be someone else?
Is there another nerd?
Could it be Josh? Is Josh here?
No.
Oh, they're not ready
Josh
for
is
it.
not ready yet.
He's not here.
He's still trapped in his Pokemon.
Jeez, after all that. Nicole, who is your favorite doctor?
From Doctor Who, not Jack.
Oh no, here it goes. Mike, please. Mike,
Oh, I just got that.
It's gonna be a while.
You guys comfortable? Okay. John Pertwee, the third Doctor. He doesn't get enough love. Classic Doctor Who doesn't get any love. He was the first Doctor I ever saw in Inferno, and he was always my favorite Doctor. I cosplay him all the time, which totally got to wear it in King of the Nerds pictures. But yeah, I'm a huge, giant Doctor Who fan. and
Okay,
classic
anyone
fan.
else
Yeah.
on that?
Oh, Xander.
Yeah. My doctor is the ninth Doctor, Christopher Eccleston, and he's not the most popular choice, but I loved how he played the character, and he was my first Doctor, so he's very special to me.
He brooded like Batman.
Anyone else?
I'm gonna say I think this is such a hard question. I think that I think I'm really excited about Peter Capaldi. I think that he's going to be a fantastic new Doctor, and I am super excited because I am so glad we're going back with an older Doctor wearing an awesome jumper and scarf, and I think that he's going to be fantastic. I think he's going to be my new favorite Doctor.
Oh. No opinion? You like all of them, right?
Yeah, all of the Doctors are amazing. I like all of them. Every single last one of them.
Sarcastic, Chris is sarcastic.
Okay. Let's see now. The one?
We're gonna shout out to our Twitter fans.
Yeah, we want to shout out to our Twitter fans out there. Megan P. Nicole, Adele, Adeline Silva, Brandon Morrow, Morgan Hill, Vanessa Rose, Alex Putnam, Mykos, and many more of you out there who are tweeting. Keep it up. We are trending in the U.S., which is pretty wonderful.
Nerds rule.
Yes, we do.
You guys.
That's right.
All because of you.
Hashtag nerds rule. Where is Jaywitz?
Where is
Everybody wants Jaywitz.
Where is he? There he is!
I heard Xander talking Sokka, so I felt like I needed to connect my inner avatar in some way or another.
Where are you talking to us from?
I'm talking to you guys from North Illinois. Not nearly as warm or exciting as LA.
Right, right.
Illinois is a great.
I wish I was there too.
Well, we wanted to ask you a couple of the things that we've already asked the other nerds, but you weren't here for. Okay? First question is, what was your response when you first entered Nerdvana?
Oh, I was blown away. I guess watching the first season, I sort of had this mental image of what I expected Nerdvana to be, and I assumed it would just be a rehash of that, but it turned out it was this entirely new Nerdvana with more and a ridiculous throne room. It was very real and very breathtaking.
Well, now, let me ask you this. What would you say who would you want to play you in the movie?
Who would I want to play me in the movie?
That's right.
I think one. Ever since I was a younger kid, everybody compared me to Michael Cera, and after just if I take the glasses off, I got that same long nose, same awkwardness. I could see Michael Cera doing it. Although I do love how uncharacteristically sassy he is in This Is the End.
Okay.
I could see him doing it.
All right. All right. We were discussing beards a little while ago, and it appears that there's something springing on you there.
Something, yeah. This thing is just fool's gold compared to the treasure trove of beard that Brian is sporting.
I sense a challenger!
This is not a challenge. This is what I grow after
Do
months.
you attempt to defy me?
No attempts, Brian. Please spare me. Yes, everyone knows you're a werewolf. Don't hide it. I was reading the comments. Half of them are just like Brian Lupin references.
Remus Lupin is the bomb.
Okay, we've got another question here. What?
I decided to shave.
What? Oh, he froze.
Oh, internet
Am I back? Am I gone?
You're lagging, guys. Am I lagging?
You're back. What were you saying?
I was just saying I shaved for the show because I thought this would look too hideous, and now I'm watching the show on TV. I feel like I look horrible without this. It's like my trademark. So
No,
grew
no.
it back right away.
Well, it looks wonderful from here anyway. Here is the next question. What? And we'll do it to you since you're here. What season 1 nerd were you hoping to make a guest appearance on season 2?
Oh, that's such a tough question because I enjoyed everybody so thoroughly from season 1. My personal favorite nerd overall was Genevieve, but I always wanted to meet Virgil in person. I wanted to pick his brain and learn how he ticked. And having met him in person at one point in my life, he is exactly what you saw on TV.
Well,
nothing different. See, I can't see.
Sorry, okay, so what do you want to know?
Going on. I'm just
I'll answer any one question. Go.
Virgil is here, and he asked if you'd like to ask him any question about him.
Anything.
He will answer it. Any question at all. No holds barred. You could. Well, wait a minute. Maybe
We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, very liberal holds.
The last time I talked to you, you were talking about the perfect breast implants and how
I
they
was.
could be created.
Right. That's fine. I can do that. Okay, so go on.
Did you ever find them?
No. Sorry. You want to talk about perfect breast implants? Is you want to talk about?
You're talking about using a 3D printer technology or
Right.
something.
Yes.
So
No, it's
curious.
perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Oh, you want to know more about this?
Sure.
Okay, sure. Okay, so
everything you say.
Sure, no, I can talk about that all the time. Okay, so I explored making new breast implants for about 3 months, and so here was the idea. The idea was, so someone at Caltech said, we have this new way for molding silicone things into like an arbitrary shape. So I'm like, okay, if you could make anything out of silicone and make lots of money, what would you make? And the first thought was like bicycle seats, and we're like, no, that's not it. And then it's like boobs. So here was the idea. The idea is that you would do a chest MRI, and you would so you get exactly like how there's a shape, and then you print the shell of a breast implant. So the same stuff in the same shell, but a custom shape, and you fit it, and it fits in you just perfectly. And the idea is that they wouldn't quite sag. They would be a little perkier. and they wouldn't like push the side because there's a big problem. There's a big problem. So usually when you do a breast implant, the chest kind of pushes outward, and the idea is that it would stay more straight.
Okay, that was a perfect answer.
But it turned out it was hard. Okay, we're done.
Thank you, Virgil.
That's Virgil for you guys.
Wow. And weirdly enough, that question I was going to ask. Anyway, a couple of more thank yous. To Geek Out Hangout, Jeff Shandley, DJ Artie, Brian Weirs, and Penny Burnett, thank you for sending in your questions. All right, here's another question for anyone who wants to answer. Well, actually, we'll start with Jay-Wit since he's here. How accurately do you feel the show portrayed you and your experience during the filming?
100%. I always really like reserved and scared because I've never been on TV. I don't know how the editing process works. But watching it again, it was almost like deja vu. I was watching, an event that happened to me happen again. I wasn't like surprised at all. Every time they saw me do something silly, I was like, oh, yep, I remember that. I remember dropping the cape. I remember those horrible Pokemon references I tried to make. I was very pleased. They, obviously there are editors and they can pick and choose what they want to show, but they at least didn't show me make a complete fool of myself yet. So I was glad.
Excellent. Well, listen, Jay-Wits, thank you for coming by and talking to us. Say goodbye, everybody, to Jay-Wits. Bye, Josh.
Thank you for having me. Everybody enjoy the show.
Thank you. Stay warm.
I will try.
Okay, we're to the last question. And it's the definitive answer, and everybody is going to have to answer it.
Really? Come on.
Yeah, but they're going to have to answer it short. Okay, ready? Star Wars or Star Trek?
Kayla first.
Star Trek.
Period.
There's nothing else in the world.
Doctor Who.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure that is really the answer.
Star Trek.
That's 2.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen either of them, so no comment.
Star Wars with my stormtroopers.
Star Trek.
Woo!
Star Trek.
Star Wars, I like the extended universe for it.
Star Trek.
Woo!
Star Wars
What,
and
Xander?
and Han shot first.
Star Trek by miles.
What about Curtis?
Star Trek?
LLP, baby.
Yeah. And not just because she'd beat me up if I didn't say that. All right, so stick around. We're going to be back with some one-on-one interviews. Nerds rule!